Survivor Series, where some of the most legendary moments occur. How's it going, my wrestling heroes? It is. This is actually considered one of the top 4 pay-per-views next to Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. This was always that one pay-per-view that left you like, once you got done watching, like, man, that was really good. Now, some of these moments, these are all that have occurred in WWE history. One of your moments that you're probably thinking of might not be in here. So if it's not, drop it in the comment section. These are just some moments that have stood out to me where it kind of left me hanging like, man, that was actually pretty good. The Shield. This is where they made their debut. Before all this, they were over in NXT. They're doing their own individual thing. They had come together to attack 3 of the top superstars of 2012. John Cena, CM Punk, and I know you're going to be like, Ryback? You serious, man? Yeah, Ryback was actually pushed. He actually had several title spots for the WWE title. Never captured it, but he was being pushed as the next Goldberg. And this is what happened, right? It was a triple threat match for the WWE title, but they came out and assaulted all of them. Not just Ryback. Ryback did get the short end of the stick. He actually ended up getting put through the announcer table, and CM Punk ended up retaining his WWE title. Now, the Brothers of Destruction, every time they have come together, they've always made their presence, man. Like not the last pay-per-view. I mean, Triple H, come on. The guy writes the script, so you really can't give him smack for it. So they were going up against the Wyatts. And actually, the Wyatts, this was during their prime. This is before, they were considered Bludgeon Brothers. This is when it all started for them. So it was actually quite interesting that they ended up getting squashed. And they did. They got beat by the Brothers of Destruction. Braun Strowman, he ended up getting chokeslammed by the brother. It was a dual chokeslam straight through the announcer table. Oh my gosh. Right here, The Rock. He made his debut at the Survivor Series. This is where it all started for him. And I think it was actually a 4-on-4. It's normally like a 5-on-5. I'm going to have to go back and double check, but he was the last one in the ring with Goldust. And here's the thing, like nobody saw this coming. He won. Yeah, and the crowd was behind him. It was fairly quick. He turned heel on us really, really quick. But it just blew my mind that it doesn't happen. It normally doesn't happen where a superstar makes their debut. And you just knew, man, like the crowd, they were chanting, Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. Little did we know that he was going to be the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Wow. And this happened, I think it was 1996, Survivor Series of 1996. Now, debuts don't always happen for this is not what I mean, but sometimes we also get debut matches. This one right here, this was the very first debut of the Elimination Chamber, and it didn't have its own individual pay-per-view, not how they normally have it now, but actually, this was epic. This had all happened at Survivor Series, which I believe it was 2001. It was Chris Jericho, Triple H, Rob Van Dam, the Big Red Machine, Booker T, and Shawn Michaels just bringing back, because again, like before this whole era, this time frame, Shawn Michaels, he was out for a while. Actually, it was expected for him to never really return or even be at the spot to where he put himself in. This match was epic. Chain wrestling back and forth, left and right. Shawn Michaels, though, man, he left it all in that ring that night. He ended up capturing the World Heavyweight title. I really like the mixture of all these superstars because there was a lot of spots where people were diving off the top of the cell. RVD, one of those moments that really stood out to me. But Shawn Michaels, man, this is why the boyhood dream was always true. Sting also, this is where it started. It was 2014. It was Team John Cena versus The Authority. And the last 2 contenders, it was Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. Seth Rollins, of course, The Authority. This is when Rollins was being pushed with The Authority. And Dolph Ziggler was in the ring. Actually, Triple H had come in. He had interfered. He gave the pedigree to Dolph Ziggler. He put Seth Rollins on top of him. New referee came out because the other one had got taken out. He came in. The referee went for the 1, 2, and the crows, they started going off, and that's when the stinger came, and nobody ever thought that this moment would have happened just because of the whole thing between him, WCW, and this was like company supremacy. Was it WCW that ran? Well, obviously not, because they lost the Monday Night Wars, but he came and attacked the Game, the guy that kind of carried the Attitude Era. Raw is War on his back. It was awesome, dude. I was marking out. I couldn't sit down for a single second. And the moment that just Nobody. Here's another spot, you guys. When Goldberg took on Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Here's one of those moments too, where it was all in all, yeah, it was 12 years that since Goldberg had stepped into a ring. So when he came in here, we thought it was going to be the traditional Brock Lesnar match where he goes in there, squashes him. No, it was the complete opposite. Matter of fact, Goldberg ended up pulling the win on this end. I never thought in my wildest imagination, never did I think that Brock Lesnar would have taken the beatdown like that, man. Speared, jackhammer, Goldberg picked up the win. Still, man, I think it took me at least a couple of weeks to come to terms that Goldberg was going to be the new Brock Lesnar. Now, Undertaker, we're going back to Taker, and this is going back to where it's like where some of these guys, some of the biggest names, and Taker, he fits that category. Undertaker has always been that top superstar. Actually, WHF's one of top favorite 3 superstars of all time, which, by the way, if you guys do want me to do that at some point in time, give you my top favorite superstars of all time, drop a like or leave it in the comment section. Undertaker. So it was Survivor Series of 1990. And he didn't win. As a matter of fact, he got eliminated. It wasn't by pin or submission. Brother Love, which was his manager at the time, he was being attacked. So what he did is that he ended up going backstage and ended up getting counted out. So not really much. I mean, trust me, if you go and watch the match, you can see the kind of impact and impression that he made on all the superstars. And that goes the same for Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, 1999, the Olympic gold medalist, the only Olympic gold medalist that had made his way over to WWE and had the level of success that he did. It was just a quick match. It was against Shawn Stasiak, and Kurt Angle, he picked up the win, and the whole crowd, right off the get-go, very first debut presence, similar to The Rock, they knew that this was going to be the future of WWE. Again, you guys, if for some reason I missed any moments that you think really stood out to you, drop it in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.